Welcome to the Stanislaus County Board of Supervisors meeting. It is 9:03. Please stand with me for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by the invocation by Pastor Jeffrey Woods with the First Christian Church of Turlock.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the Republic of God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please join me in a word of prayer. Heavenly Father, this morning I want to thank you for the supervisors, county executives, department representatives, and staff convened here for the purpose of carrying out county business that will help our wider community thrive in challenging times. At some meetings, like their most recent one, there are major decisions to be made regarding county-wide improvements and funding needed to carry those out. By contrast, this morning's agenda might not seem so momentous, but on closer inspection it reveals among the seemingly routine motions aspects of our community endeavor that are no less important to you or to us. In addition to recognizing young entrepreneurs like Jay Willis and his lemonade business who may one day rise to play a major role in commerce or leadership, having gotten their start here, this morning, we would not overlook the vital role of our public defense attorneys, investigators, legal support staff, and client support services whose work will be highlighted in proclaiming March 18th, 2023 as Public Defense Day. Every day, they work diligently to assure equal justice for many among us who otherwise would not be able to have the financial resources to secure competent legal counsel. Thank you for the ways in which these professionals strive to make our county stronger, healthier, and more just. Equally important are the hundreds, if not thousands, of dedicated social work professionals whose services impact almost every aspect of, age group within, and sector of our county, as they work to enhance human well-being and help meet the basic needs of all the people, especially the most vulnerable among us. While we recognize their contribution by proclaiming the month of March 2023 as Social Worker Recognition Month, we realize that it is the day-in, day-out work throughout the year of those serving in our county agencies, local and regional institutions, nonprofit organizations, and corporations that make such an important difference to the overall community well-being. Even seemingly small things like amending library advisory bylaws and library regulations governing special purpose rooms need wisdom to adequately update and address the challenges of changing volunteer availability and legal liability requirements. And so I ask you once again that you would grant insight, understanding, and wisdom to those gathered to deliberate and make decisions here this morning. I ask that those who would be tasked to carry out their decisions would be granted wisdom, resources, and the strength to do so, and that those who will be honored by actions taken today will be encouraged by the recognition and commendation of this board to keep on carrying out their vital roles for the good of all of us. Finally, may our public discourse this morning be pleasing to you, as well as instructive and upbuilding to all who follow these proceedings. For I ask these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Thank you very much, Pastor. It was a beautiful prayer, and we appreciate it. Now we are moving on to item number 3, presentation, which is a recognition of Jay's Lemonade business. We have the Willis family here at the meeting today, and so I'm going to call Jay up to the front, and I'm going to present him this proclamation. Jay, good morning. Good morning. Thank you for being here. You're looking sharp.
Thank you.
All right. We are here commending Jay Willis as an outstanding example of youth entrepreneurship. Mr. Willis is 11 years old, Stanislaus County resident, and he's the founder of Jay's Lemonade and is one of our community's youngest and most successful entrepreneurs. Mr. Willis has a passion for business and wanting to be a role model for other kids, and he obtained funding for his business through the support of his family members who are here today. After agreeing to loan terms for his business, he established a lemonade stand in Newman, California. Jay is inspired by family, academics, social trends, and events. And Mr. Willis opened Jay's Lemonade. In 2021, with the help of his family, Mr. Willis began attending local farmers markets and marketing and making deliveries to local communities, spreading the popularity of his product and launching his business. Still dealing with the effects of COVID-19, Mr. Willis turned to social media to promote his business, amassing over 1,000 followers on social media. I think he got me beat. Mr. Willis, during the summer months, works part-time for his grandfather's firm while training for a career in public adjusting. He has developed a passion for advocating and defending policyholders' rights and benefits. Locally and professionally, Mr. Willis and his family exemplify the hard work of our local community. So therefore, let it be resolved that the Stanislaus County Board of Supervisors does hereby congratulate and commend Mr. Jay Willis for his dedication and being an inspiration to our community as an 11-year-old successful business owner. Jay?
Thank you.
Would you like to say anything? You want to say anything? At least introduce your family.
Hello, I'm sorry, I'm nervous.
That's okay.
My name is Jay, and that's my grandpa right there, Troy Willis, in the black suit, and right next to him is my great-grandpa, and right next to him is my mom.
We're going to take a photo.
Would you like to have your family come over?
Yeah, you guys come on up. The Willis family. Thank you guys for being here.
Thank you. Good to see you.
Victoria, thanks for being here. Thanks for being here. And Jay, you are everything you aspire to be. You're a shining example to our youth and to our business community. And you're proof that it's never too late and never too early to have initiative. So we are proud of you, and it's an honor to congratulate you today on everything you're doing. So keep it up.
I was just wondering what the terms of the loan were. Good. It's like a payday loan or...
I'm sure you got a good interest rate. All right. Moving on to item number 4, public comment. Public comment is a time for those in attendance to speak on items not related to the agenda. Please state your name for the record. Direct all comments towards the dais. And so it is fair for every speaker, keep comments to 5 minutes time limit. So we do have one comment card, Mr. Donoso. Mr. Donoso, good morning.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. I was here last week in regard to the issue of the farm workers in the dairy in the county. We have over 40 dairies in this county, and we have many workers from that ranches have very close to 40% with no documentation. In regard to the complaint or request that I asked last week, is to somebody to investigate the conditions of the farm workers in regard to health, working condition, the payments of the overtime and never being paid, and the same time the issue of the housing and health conditions. Mr. Chairman, the dairy received over $350 million and 193,000 in the year 2019-2021 from the commodities in regard to the Department, U.S. Department of the Agriculture and the State Department of California. But at the same time, never was an issue in regard how is the condition of how being paid the farm workers that work in the dairy. Mr. Chairman, we have formed a committee already, so we're going to try to meet with make an appointment with the inspector from the Stanislaus County Environmental Department to request to go to different dairy ranch to see what is the condition of the farm workers. At the same time, we're going to send an email to the Department, U.S. Department of Agriculture, the state California, and at the same time, our congressman, our state senator, and an assembly person to ask for accountability and the issue of the transparency to see what is really happening in this county. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. That was our only speaker card. Is there anyone else in attendance who would like to make a public comment? Okay, seeing none, we will move on to the consent calendar. Right now we have item B3 that is being commented on consent. Do any board members like to pull an item on consent? Okay. Do any members of the public wish to comment on any items on consent? Okay, excluding item B3, we'll bring it back to the board for recommendation.
Motion to approve. Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Supervisor Condon and a second by Supervisor Chiesa. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Okay, passes unanimously, 5-0. Okay, item B3, we do have a card from Mr. Donoso.
Thank you, Chairman. Under the request of that regard to the Sheriff Department, we still not receive no report from the Sheriff Department in regard to the gang members in this county. My understanding is we have over 10,000 registered members. So I'm requesting please for the Sheriff Department to someday or whatever month to come and do some kind of report in regard to the gang members in this county. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Okay, do any other members of the public wish to comment on item B3? Okay, seeing none, we'll bring it back to the board and we'll do everything in consolidation.
Motion approved.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve item B3.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Supervisor Withrow, a second by Supervisor Condit. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Okay, item B3 passes unanimously. Okay, we're done with consent. Okay, moving on to correspondence.
This board has received the correspondence and claims as noted on the agenda.
Acknowledge receipt of correspondence and refer as recommended on the agenda. Item number 9, any Board of Supervisors reports?
Yep.
Just want to tell you a story when I was a kid.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It's with great sadness that I share the passing of our Commission on Aging President Lillian Castigliano on Saturday. Her family reached out to the Commission on Sunday to let us know she passed peacefully in her sleep. Lillian Castigliano was known to everyone as Lil. She loved being around people and enjoyed being engaged in the community she lived in and making new friends. Ms. Castigliano was a member of the Commission on Aging for 10 years and was the current president of the Commission on Aging. Lil lived a very full life of 85 years. She's going to be missed by all.
Absolutely. Okay, I know we have Assemblymember Alanis's office in attendance. Would you like to report on anything? Welcome.
Thank you.
Good morning, Board. So this past week, we hosted FFA students from Gustine and Turlock Christian High Schools at the Capitol. One addressed a rally in support of foster youth legislation. We attended a public safety town hall hosted by Mi Familia Vota in Modesto. We met with several individuals and organizations, including Valley Children's Hospital, nursing students from Stan State, Habitat for Humanity, and others. We hosted our first mobile district offices this past week in Denair, Hillmar, and Turlock, and we will also be having one in Patterson today at the community room at the City Hall. We heard from constituents in support of AB 1232 and opposition of AB 1164. We opened 8 new cases this past week and closed 11. And then also today in the Capitol, Public Safety Committee is going on right now. So 2 bills, AB 335 and 355 will be heard in the next couple hours or so. So
Great.
thank you.
Well, we appreciate it. Thank you for being here. All right, item number 10, the Legislative Fiscal Management Report by CEO Hayes.
Yeah, good morning. Just a couple of items to mention, and you've probably seen many of these things in news reports this week. Just wanted to recognize that the state of California has issued an optional extension to state tax filing payment due dates to October 16th of this year for those Californians who are impacted by winter storms in December and January. There may be eligibility criteria there, so please make sure you follow up on that and check that eligibility criteria. Also want to recognize this is something that was announced months ago, but kind of occurred unceremoniously this last week. The Governor Newsom did issue a proclamation terminating the state's COVID-19 state of emergency. So after nearly 3 years, we find ourselves with the termination of that state emergency, and just wanted to make sure that we announced that because we've had plenty of those conversations in the boardroom as well. And last thing I'll mention is that we have had, or we are working on multiple appropriations requests at the state and federal level right now because our deadlines are coming up very soon for state and federal legislators. So that concludes our report. Thank you.
Wonderful. All right, and we do have closed session, so I'm going to turn it over to Tom.
Yes, we have closed session this morning. Conference with legal counsel, existing litigation. Pursuant to Government Code Section 54956.9, Subdivision D1, we have one case, Lisa Marie Gill et al. Versus County of Stanislaus et al. It's in the Superior Court of the State of California, and the case number is CV 20002901. Would that be appropriate for comment?
All right, any members of the public wish to comment? Okay, seeing none, I want to thank Deputy Crawley for being here today. And we're going to adjourn the meeting at 9:20.